Last year, 2022, marked the 200th birthday of Gregor Mendel, the father of genetics. When we heard the special broadcast about him on the ABC radio, we determined we would visit Brunn in the Czech Republic where he did his famous experiment with peace. We took on a science pilgrimage in Europe from August 1st to September 10th. Our first stop was Vienna, from where we took a train to Brunn. Now, a few words about Mendel's life and achievements. The viewer may like to pause and read the text. Mendel was a priest at the Augustinian Abbey of St. Thomas. One of his colleagues aroused his interest in crossbreeding and drew his attention to the issue of how are traits transferred from parents to offspring. Mendel pledged to find an answer and started by cultivating 24,000 edible peace plants of 34 varieties. He concentrated on seven of the traits shown. After 8 years of study, what he found was interesting. In the figure, the violet flower is the dominant trait. When it is crossed with a white flower, the first generation F1 has only violet, the dominant trait. However, in the next generation F2, the white flowers appear. The ratio between violet and white is 3:1. Interestingly, Mendel arrived at this ratio through combinatorial mathematics. Further, he gave laws of genetics. His theory gave a boost to Darwin's origin of species by natural selection. Details are found in the text and numerous books and the internet. July 2nd was Mendel's birthday. A great conference and exhibition were held in Brunn in his honor. Still, when we reached there by train on August 3rd, none of the taxi drivers or the police seemed to know how to reach the monastery where he worked. At last, a Canadian taxi driver came to our rescue. On hearing the word Mendel, he opened Google on his phone and found the way. The museum is situated in a large square within the Augustinian Abbey of St. Thomas. It was not easy to find its entrance door. Again, the driver helped us. We felt we were in a different world as we entered the museum at the appointed time of 11 a.m. The deputy director of the museum, Amali Chocholova, and our guide Ales Zapataki were waiting for us. Mendel's statue in front of the museum. Mendel cultivated about 24,000 peace plants of 34 varieties in the area around the monastery. He had his room on the top floor of the building. His statue can also be seen. The exhibition is called The Story of a Humble Genius and is spread across many rooms. Each room represents a phase of Mendel's life. There are rooms for his childhood and education, entry into the church, experiment with peace, election as the priest and his other interests, beekeeping, and meteorology. There are exhibits covering post-Mendel developments and the DNA. There is also a division where students and others can use modern equipment to check Mendel's theories. Every room has pictures on the walls, videos and models, and a display of statistics. Each room has the year corresponding on its floor, such as 1868. The model of DNA exhibited in the museum, the cells of a living animal dazzlingly animated. The original manuscript of Experiments on Plant Hybridization is one of the special exhibits. The museum has manuscripts of his other 12 papers, a rich harvest for researchers. Chemistry Nobel laureates of 2009 include Venkataraman Ramakrishnan. Their work extends the study of Mendel. Venkataraman worked in the USA and UK and was also the 62nd president of the Royal Society of London. Books, books, and books in the church library from the floor to the ceiling. In addition, there is also a subterranean passage from here which is also full of books. Perhaps many priests, including Mendel, have used this library. It has a copy of the classic work of Copernicus, Revolutionibus Orbium Coelestium, which Mendel liked very much. It is said to be the proud possession of the library. Alex explained, "This is the room where Mendel prayed, studied, and slept. These are the three microscopes he used. Look out of the window, and you will see the area where he grows the peas." I stood speechless, felt enormously humbled. This room opened a new branch of biology. It was here that Mendel gave his laws. This is nothing short of a holy place for me. Another view of Mendel's room showing his bed. This is where Mendel cultivated the peace plants. A greenhouse is getting built here. Back to the ticket office. We presented a copy of Sudha, a Kannada magazine of July 2022, which carried my article on Mendel, and a copy of my recent book, Charles Darwin. The Kannada letters drew considerable attention. Front of the church. During lunch, the host suggested that we should visit Mendel's grave, which was nearby. They booked a taxi and gave the driver the instructions. It was in half an hour's drive. We told a lady officer at the gate that we wanted to see Mendel's grave. She immediately said, "Turn right and walk 100 meters." The driver followed us. There was a grave like that of any other person, no embellishments or even a statue. Train back to Vienna.